Home improvement turned power tools, backyard fences, and family chaos into one of the defining sitcoms of the decade. Every week, Tim Taylor's tool-time disasters, Wilson's backyard wisdom, and the everyday adventures of the Taylor family brought laughter into homes across America. Behind the laughs were child stars who left Hollywood, actors who reinvented themselves, legal troubles, tragic losses, and careers that stretched far beyond the film. Let's take a look at the home improvement cast then and now. Tim Taylor was played by Tim Allen at the age of 38. With his tool belt, endless confidence, and famous "more power" attitude, he quickly became one of America's favorite TV dads. Now 73, Tim Allen remains one of the most recognizable faces in American television. Long after the series ended, he continued entertaining audiences through major roles in Toy Story, Last Man Standing, and other beloved projects. From tool-time disasters to unforgettable family moments, Tim Taylor became a true symbol of 1990s sitcom comedy. For many fans, he will always be the lovable handyman who could fix almost anything, except the trouble he created himself. Wilson Jr. was played by Earl Hindman at the age of 49. Hidden behind the backyard fence, he became one of television's most unforgettable neighbors, offering calm advice, gentle humor, and wisdom whenever Tim needed it most. Earl Hindman passed away in 2003 at the age of 61 after battling lung cancer. Although he is no longer with us, his performance as Wilson left a lasting mark on millions of viewers who grew up with the Taylor family. Even today, Wilson remains one of the most beloved characters in sitcom history. We rarely saw his full face, but his voice, kindness, and thoughtful advice made him the friend every family wished lived next door. Mark Taylor was played by Taran Noah Smith at the age of 7. As the youngest Taylor's son, Mark brought innocence, curiosity, and a softer kind of humor to the family's everyday chaos. Now 42, Taran Noah Smith has mostly stepped away from the Hollywood spotlight. After growing up on television, he chose a quieter life outside acting, focusing more on personal projects and interests beyond the entertainment industry. For fans of the series, Mark will always be remembered as the little brother who grew up right in front of America. His journey helped make the Taylor family feel real, familiar, and deeply nostalgic. Brad Taylor was played by Zachery Ty Bryan at the age of 10. As the oldest Taylor son, Brad brought confidence, attitude, sports energy, and plenty of sibling rivalry to the Taylor household. At 45, Zachery Ty Bryan remains widely recognized for the role that made him a familiar face in the 1990s. After the series, he continued working in entertainment and later moved into producing and business ventures. Brad captured the classic older brother energy many viewers knew from their own families. From school drama to sports rivalries and endless teasing, he helped make the Taylor boys feel like a real 1990s American family. Al Borland was played by Richard Karn at the age of 35. With his flannel shirts, steady patience, and dry sense of humor, Al became the perfect balance to Tim Taylor's endless tool-time disasters. Now 70, Richard Karn is still warmly remembered by fans of classic television. Beyond the series, he built a successful career as a television host and remained a familiar face in entertainment for decades. Al was the voice of reason every chaotic workshop needed. While Tim always wanted more power, Al was usually the one trying to stop the whole thing from falling apart. Randy Taylor was played by Jonathan Taylor Thomas at the age of 10. As the middle Taylor son, Randy stood out with sharp wit, clever comebacks, and the kind of intelligence that often left Tim speechless. At 45, Jonathan Taylor Thomas remains one of the most recognizable teen stars of the 1990s. After becoming a household name, he chose a more private path, stepping away from constant Hollywood attention to focus on education and life outside the spotlight. For many fans, Randy was the smart, sarcastic kid who made every family argument funnier. His charm, humor, and quick timing helped make him one of the most popular young stars of his generation. Heidi Keppert was played by Debbe Dunning at the age of 25. As part of the Tool Time team, Heidi brought confidence, charm, and bright energy to the show's most memorable workshop scenes. Now 60, Debbe Dunning remains a familiar face to fans who grew up watching classic 1990s television. After the series, she continued working in entertainment and became known for hosting, appearances, and her lasting connection to the show. Heidi helped define the look and feel of Tool Time during its most iconic years. Whenever Tim and Al were surrounded by tools, jokes, and chaos, her presence added to the energy fans still remember. Marty Taylor was played by William O'Leary at the age of 34. As Tim Taylor's younger brother, Marty brought warmth, humor, and another layer of family connection to the series. At 69, William O'Leary remains respected for a long career across television, film, and theater. His role may not have been at the center of every episode, but his appearances added heart to the Taylor family story. Marty helped remind viewers that the show was never just about tools and jokes. At its best, it was about family, growing up, and the funny, complicated relationships that keep people connected. Lisa was played by Pamela Anderson at the age of 24. As the original Tool Time assistant, she brought glamour, confidence, and a memorable presence to the show's early years. Now 59, Pamela Anderson remains one of the most recognizable entertainment figures in the world. Her career expanded far beyond the series, making her a major pop culture name through acting, modeling, and activism. For longtime fans, Lisa will always be part of Tool Time's early identity. Before Pamela Anderson became a global icon, many viewers first saw her standing beside Tim and Al in that unforgettable workshop. Harry was played by Blake Clark at the age of 45. As the owner of Harry's Hardware, he brought down-to-earth charm, blue-collar humor, and a familiar neighborhood feeling to Tim Taylor's world. At 80, Blake Clark continues to be admired for his long career in comedy, acting, and voice work. Many audiences also know his familiar voice and warm presence from popular family films and animated projects. Harry's Hardware became more than just a store. It was one of those comforting neighborhood places where tools, advice, laughs, and everyday problems all came together. Eileen Markham was played by Sherry Hersey at the age of 33. As Al Borland's love interest, Eileen brought warmth, sincerity, and a softer emotional side to the show. Now 68, Sherry Hersey is still remembered for her television work throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Her role gave fans a different look at Al beyond the Tool Time stage. Eileen and Al's relationship created some of the show's sweetest and most awkward moments. For viewers who loved Al, she helped reveal the heart behind the flannel, the beard, and the quiet humor. Pete Bilker was played by Mickey Jones at the age of 50. With his rugged look, easy humor, and working-class personality, Pete fit naturally into the show's neighborhood world. Mickey Jones passed away in 2018 at the age of 76. Before becoming a familiar television actor, he also had a successful music career as a drummer, performing with several well-known artists. Pete may not have been at the center of the Taylor family, but he helped make the world around them feel bigger and more real. His presence added humor, personality, and everyday charm to the series. Dwayne Hoover was played by Gary McGurk at the age of 31. As part of the Tool Time crew, Dwayne helped bring extra energy, reactions, and humor to the world behind Tim Taylor's televised workshop. Now 66, Gary McGurk remains known to longtime fans for his recurring role on the show. His appearances helped make Tool Time feel like a real production, complete with its own crew and behind-the-scenes personality. Dwayne was part of the background magic that made Tim's disasters even funnier. Every time something went wrong on Tool Time, the crew's reactions helped turn the chaos into classic sitcom comedy. Rock Lanigan was played by Casey Sander at the age of 35. With his strong presence and natural comic timing, Rock added another memorable personality to the show's expanding world. At 70, Casey Sander continues to be respected for his long career in television and film. Over the years, he appeared in many popular sitcoms, dramas, and family-friendly productions. Characters like Rock helped the series feel larger than just the Taylor house and the Tool Time set. His appearances brought fresh comedy and reminded fans how many colorful personalities surrounded Tim Taylor's life. Bud Harper was played by Charles Robinson at the age of 46. With his calm presence and polished comic style, Bud brought professionalism, humor, and veteran sitcom charm to the workplace moments. Charles Robinson passed away in 2021 at the age of 75. Many viewers also remember him for his beloved role on Night Court, where he became part of another classic era of American television. Bud added a different side to the series beyond the Taylor home and the Tool Time stage. His appearances brought warmth, timing, and a steady presence that made every scene feel sharper. Marie Morton was played by Mariangela Pino at the age of 42. She brought warmth, elegance, and a friendly presence that helped expand the show's community beyond the Taylor family. Now 77, Mariangela Pino remains respected for her work across television, film, and stage. Her career showed versatility and longevity across different roles and different forms of performance. Marie was one of those characters who helped make the world of the show feel lived in and familiar. Even smaller roles added texture, creating the kind of neighborhood atmosphere fans still remember. Dolores was played by Shirley Prestia at the age of 44. She brought humor, personality, and a familiar sitcom warmth that fit naturally into the show's everyday world. At 79, Shirley Prestia is remembered for her many television appearances throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Her work contributed to the comforting feeling of classic American sitcoms from that era. Dolores was part of the wider circle of characters who made the Taylor family's world feel real. In a show built on neighbors, friends, family, and familiar faces, characters like her helped create that warm 1990s television atmosphere. Karen Kelly was played by Betsy Randall at the age of 36. She brought warmth, humor, and a relatable presence to the friendly world surrounding the Taylor family. Now 71, Betsy Randall remains fondly remembered by television audiences. Many fans know her from multiple family-oriented shows that became part of 1990s TV nostalgia. Karen helped add to the neighborly charm that made the series feel so comforting. The show worked so well because it was not only about one family, but about the familiar people around them who made their world feel complete. Lauren was played by Courtney Peldon at the age of 10. As one of the younger characters connected to the Taylor family's world, Lauren brought youthful energy and a natural sense of 1990s childhood to the series. At 45, Courtney Peldon continues to be recognized for her work in television, film, and voice acting. Her career across different genres helped her remain familiar to audiences who grew up watching her. Lauren's appearances reflected one of the show's biggest themes: growing up. Through school, friendships, family moments, and everyday challenges, she helped capture a version of childhood that many fans still look back on with nostalgia. Jill Taylor was played by Patricia Richardson at the age of 40. As the heart of the Taylor family, Jill brought intelligence, patience, humor, and emotional balance to Tim's chaotic world. Now 75, Patricia Richardson remains admired for her acclaimed television career. Her performance as Jill earned major award recognition and helped make her one of the most respected sitcom mothers of the 1990s. Jill was more than just Tim Taylor's wife. She was the steady voice, the loving mother, and the emotional center of the show, reminding viewers that behind every laugh was a family trying to grow together. The tools may be quieter now, but the laughter, family moments, and lessons from home improvement continue to live on. Tell us which character you remember most, and subscribe to Golden Greats for more journeys through television's greatest sitcoms, unforgettable stars, and timeless memories.